Now, it is, of course, day 2 of the Glastonbury Festival, and as the crowds continue to descend on the famous site at Worthy Farm, they may have been surprised to find a very special guest among them.
And we don't mean Claire Manning, although she is there, and of course very special too. Claire.
Ian, I don't know what to say. Thank you very much. Let me tell you, the atmosphere here is absolutely fantastic, and I can't tell you how welcome this sunshine is. A dry Glastonbury, how wonderful is that? For me personally, these days leading up to the main event, they're my favourite. It's like the calm before the storm, really, because of course the music doesn't start until tomorrow, when the bands will take to that famous pyramid stage there right behind me. Now, despite yesterday's England victory, it's been fairly quiet on the policing front here. Just 116 crimes reported so far, mostly drugs or theft related. It's been quiet too for the medical teams. They were expecting to see lots of people because of the sunshine, but no such thing. But here's a nice story for you. 2 pregnant women, not 1 but 2, have already been taken off site after apparently going into labour. I'm not sure if those poor ladies are going to be excited about their impending arrivals or just disappointed they didn't see the main acts. Also here today, Prince Charles. Our reporter, Cordelia Lynch, has been following him around and has this report.
England's number one! England, number one!
The morning after the victory before, and Glastonbury was revelling in England's winning performance this afternoon with a match against, well, the rest of the world. An ambitious idea, yes, but there is a sense of confidence at Glastonbury this year as it celebrates 40 years of magic and mayhem. And this afternoon, the national institution got some unexpected royal patronage. The silver spoon met the silver tap as Prince Charles showed his support for the charity WaterAid. And he didn't shy away from the festival traditions, even giving wellies a bash.
It's been brilliant, actually, amazing to meet him. Maybe slightly embarrassing dressed as a tapper.
It's a well-dressed sense of well-dressedness.
Yes, and with plenty of green credentials, the Prince made quick headway with some rock royalty.
Well, it's great. Glastonbury's a brilliant... I'm sure he'll understand as a farmer that Glastonbury's the ultimate farm business diversification.
This is the first time the Prince has come to Glastonbury, a sign of how significant the festival has become in its 40 years, and perhaps a late chance for him to enjoy life in the hippie lane.
And the new Green Royal of Glastonbury also made it to an affordable housing estate just down the road, which Michael Eavis provided the land and stone for.
So, Sarah, when you first heard he was coming, you must have been preparing like mad.
I think the bleach came out, didn't it?
Cleaning, Hoover, cleaning, dogs in the garden.
Turned into the mother from hell, so don't make a mess.
So alongside hippies, pleasure seekers and the music mad, Glastonbury can now add a royal to its list of revellers. Cordelia Lynch at Glastonbury for the West Country Tonight.
Good to see Prince Charles getting stuck in there. Well, of course, this is the 40th anniversary of Glastonbury Festival, and it started with just 1,000 people in a field. Well, our reporter, Bob Cruz, has been to meet the father of this festival, Michael Eavis, and its future, his daughter Emily Eavis, to talk about how things have changed over the past 4 decades.
There's no doubt about the way that this festival is run. When you walk into the farm, you know, this is something different, and it's something very, very special, and that's why it's so successful. We've upgraded it because of the loading in the roof.
Michael Eavis is the man behind what's become the festival. Today, he's still at the helm with his daughter Emily, but it all began here 40 years ago when he had what he says was a crazy idea.
£1 to come in, free milk, 1,000 people. We lost about 1,000 people, which was a fortune to me at the time. So I had to do another one in order to make out the loss, you see. So we carried on, and we actually made a profit after 11 years, so that wasn't bad.
Easier to say that now, but interviewed immediately after that very first festival, he was less than certain it would continue.
I don't know, really. I've had a lot of enthusiasm, you know, and it makes me feel that we've got something nice and maybe we should, but I don't know, I haven't got courage enough at the moment.
courage was needed too, because in the 70s there was a lot of local opposition.
Please, will you remove yourselves from the memorial steps? You will
The people of Glastonbury, Pilton and the surrounding area objected to the influx of hippies.
Somebody has to make a stand against these very dirty, very unwashed people.
I feel that it's a perfect disgrace, and I object to all the filth and flies that are being left about our hedgerows.
Why should they bring it in our little village? It's a residential village. We want peace.
But peace was what the festival goers said they wanted too, peace and love. And the ethos has changed very little. In years gone by, they raised money for CND in the fight against nuclear weapons. Today, it's charities like Oxfam, WaterAid and Greenpeace which benefit from millions of pounds in donations.
The integral part of it really is the sort of heart of it, isn't it? It's really crucial to the festival, and it's important that there's no one kind of just creaming off a profit and kind of leading a slightly different lifestyle. Everyone's on the same page, and it's I think it works really well that way. And the charity, it makes, Michael, you said that when you wake up in the night worrying, it's the one thing which.
But yeah, it is the one thing that calms me down when I'm scared.
Well, it makes it worth it, doesn't it? It makes it worth it.
And it stops me panicking and things as well. It's really good for my soul. I'm very selfish, isn't it, really?
The hippies have largely given way to young people celebrating the end of their exams these days, and the festival is remembered more for the mud than its hippie roots. But that dreaded rain has never worried Michael Eavis, because of course for the other 51 weeks of the year he's still a dairy farmer.
So we can't lose, really, can we? Get hot weather, we get people happy, and say 200,000 people are happy. If we get rain, then we get huge crops of maize for the silage for the cattle in the winter. So it's good, really. So it's even Stevens in the end.
The Glastonbury Festival is always evolving, always striving to offer something new, but even after 40 years, hosting it still strikes fear into the Eavis household.
When you stop being scared, I think you've actually lost the plot at that point. You had to be scared, you really do, in order to churn out the best possible show.
Fear kind of drives you on.
The fear does tend to drive you on, yes, I think it does.
And how long can it continue? Another 40 years, perhaps?
Oh, I don't know, 100 years? I'll be up in the sky with them, won't I? I'll be looking down from above.
Bob Cruz talking to the lovely Michael and Emily Eavis there. Well, that's it from the team here at Glastonbury for this evening. We'll be back with the latest tomorrow when all the music starts, of course. We'll also have the latest on the Cornish Fishermen's Friends, who are here. In the space of just 6 months, they've gone from performing in their local pub in Port Isaac to performing here on the acoustic stage at the world's biggest music and performing arts festival. From the rest of the team here, though, I think we're off for a bit of an explore now, all in the name of research, you understand.
Of course you are, Claire. Thank you very much indeed. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Great stuff. Now, a rather...